Hi, Nilu. Hi, Nilu. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Naganand.
Thank you for joining us, and please share with us what your experience with Vijay has been and what you were just mentioning about. To let's hear it from you.
Sure. Thank you very much. Vijay has been, my friend, mentor for quite some time now, and I've seen her evolve, and she has helped me in many ways. And to begin with, I came to know about something called as Akashic Records exists only through her. And yes, I had spoke to her about it, and in fact, I didn't go for any reading initially, but it just occurred to me one day that I had many challenging experiences in my personal life, starting from my marriage to my life. Everything had suffered in a major way, and it collapsed in such a way that my whole identity was at stake. uh, there has been a lot of help which I got during my tough times, from even unknown sources, where I felt that I was blessed with something, even at this challenging times, with a lot of my own mistakes, but still I was getting help. So there was something which was protecting me. So it just occurred to me one day that I felt like, okay, let me try and explore this, which he has mentioned to me about it many times. Let me just explore it. And I had some questions first initially about why I had such experiences in life, and what was the reason behind it. Although I was not carrying it at that moment, it was just about I was just being curious there. And it so happened that there were some startling revelations from Vijay. I was like, oh my God, can this be me? I mean, like, she mentioned that in one of my lifetime I was a drug lord. I Having said that, it is very important that one takes, as in how they receive it.
Right.
One should take it in a positive stride. Need not have to fret about it, or need not have to worry about it. Just try and see what can it help you in your current, for your current well-being, basically. My whole queries were about why this kind of thing happened, why these events happened in my life, and so on. And yes, I got some good insights there, and which he gave me certain healing as well, like practices which I need to do about asking for forgiveness, and I did that religiously for quite a number of days. But however, life kicks in sometimes, and you'll not be able to follow certain things. And it so happened that I had some follow-up questions there, and these follow-up questions were about a particular person, why they came into my life, or so on. And that was the second round of discussions I had with Vici, and it was I came at peace after listening to all these things. It was
Right.
more of liberating myself, although I was not carrying these burdens, but still I kind of felt at peace after listening to these things. And also it helped me uh, move on, and not to worry about, okay, why this happened, or why and how. Then there was one moment
Something left.
after that, which so happened that I was discussing with Vijay, and telling her that there are so many things which I do, and I do so much of hard work, but it doesn't turn into fruitful results.
Right.
Say for example, there's I meet so many people. I discuss about I do a lot of work in terms of helping students and other things, and wherein which those are not turning into actual, I would say, results which are basically financially for my well-being. Okay,
Right.
it was not giving me that financial results what I was expecting it to do. However, there was a lot of work. I had a lot of I'm grateful that I'm helping a lot of people. But however, it was not turning into a financial positiveness for me. So that is when we again she asked me to think about a right question, and it took a few days for me to think about it, and then it so happened that one day I visited her, and the question right just popped up there. And after accessing those records, it was it was about my past life with my father, and how it was in this current life as well. There were some really good revelations which came across there, and which actually helped me a lot in terms of liberating me totally out of whatever guilt or whatever
Blocks.
blocks which I had, mental blocks which I had. And it also, one more which was a very startling revelation which I also got to know from her is about why I'm currently working with kids more. It so happened that she told me that I used to, being a drug lord and a money lender, I used to harass kids. I used to make them so,
Drug lord, money lender. Then you had it's been quite the colorful past life.
It's like a movie scene which would have seen somewhere, some old movie, drug lord. I mean, it's like I have been in some Brazilian country or some African country.
Yeah. You're from an African country. Yes, I still remember you. Yeah.
Oh, that also showed up.
Yeah, it showed up. Sometimes the country names, all that comes up. So he was from Africa. He was a drug lord, and actually, it was a pretty violent Akashic reading that I had that particular lifetime.
Right.
So
and
so that so happened that it was very apt as to why I being coming from an engineering background and having a lot of various IT experiences, I turned out to be working with kids in the second stint of my life. And why it so happened, all of a sudden, all of my experiences which moved me towards that, I can relate to those answers and those things. So that is how it has helped me. So one has to, this one is only one thing. One has to look at it in a very positive way. We should not look at, okay, is this real, truth? You should not get into all those things. You should see how it can just help you in your current lifetime. What helps you? Pick up those aspects and move on with that.
Right. Fantastic.
Thank you, Naganand.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. And it's been very